All right, there's water coming out of our well for the first time. Hey friends, welcome to this episode of Montana Haven, Alaska edition. In this episode, we're going to be doing a variety of things as we continue to work on our home here in Alaska. And right now, what we're working on is we're putting our in-floor heat in our second floor. So you can hear Justin and Ethan downstairs. They're rattling away, working on it, and I'm going to go in there and help them. We did get started on it already, and we're running what's called PEX tubing, and it's basically going to be heating the main floor of the house. It's going to be a backup heat, as we want to burn wood primarily, but if we choose to go away during the winter or something, we can just turn the thermostat on and the natural gas boiler will keep everything warm. And if we need a quick warm up, that's going to be what's going to warm us up, as well as we have it in the basement, and that will keep our basement warm as well. So let's get started. We'll show you how we're running our PEX tubing, and we got our well guy coming in and putting our well pump in today, so we're excited about that. So we'll finally have water. And our natural gas just got put in the other day. So we're getting close. I believe this coming week, we're on a Friday right now. This coming week, we're going to have our natural gas boiler installed. And that's going to be for our hot water as well as for our heating, our in-floor heat. So come along. We're going to start running some PEX lines. And then we may also get to installing the windows in this video. I think we probably will. We'll see where it goes. But one thing at a time, one thing you can be sure of, the view always changes around here. Fantastic news. We are getting our well pump put in. We're blessed with a really good well, only 59 feet deep and 15 gallons a minute. We're gonna have water by the end of the day. Who wants to be the first one to drink out of there? How does it taste, Ethan?
Good.
What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, good.
All right, let's try it. A little bit of iron in there, but I think it'll clear up. Okay, you can see we've got some of this PEX piping run up there already. And right now, we're drilling some holes to run it through. And Ethan's over there. That's a home run we got to pull through there. It is kind of tough pulling it through these joists and stuff here, so it takes a couple people to do that. A little bit more. Okay, hold, pull. Okay, it's good, right? Right there is good. Yep, stop. Excellent. What we're doing here is we're actually finding the halfway point. That's what Ethan's doing, walking backwards, finding the halfway point in the middle of this so that we don't only have to pull half of it out at a time. It's written on the PEX tubing, the feet, so he goes out to 150 feet, and then we bring that down to our halfway point and start pulling it. We'll make it a little easier. Instead of pulling 300 feet through, we only have to pull 150 feet each direction, if that makes sense. Yeah, turned out to be a beautiful day out here. It's supposed to be cloudy, I think, but it turned out to be kind of nice, actually. see the pipes, and Justin's putting the last one in the little hanger. Basically, what we did is we just tacked up the ends here. And then we'll come back later. We'll staple every couple feet all along here. We don't have a stapler today. So we're just running everything first, and then we will go ahead and do that later. Now we have two different colors. You can see the orange here, and then we also have, some of these are water lines, so it's kind of hard to tell the difference, but some of these are the heating lines. You can see the ones that kind of curve around from the corners. Those are the heating lines. Then we picked up this orange stuff at Home Depot, so that's why it looks orange. So we got some white and some orange, but we got about a third of it done. A little bit slow going today, but it's a bit of a challenge feeding it all the way through there, but we're getting it. And so it's Friday evening, and we're gonna call it a weekend. It's time to go home. And we're back again this morning, and running this PEX is just a little bit of a bear cat. It just wants to do this the whole time. We're not quite sure what we're doing wrong. What we did is we put it on there and are uncoiling it, you know, kind of like you would electrical line, so it doesn't kink up, but it still wants to do all this weird coil number. It's just a pain, but we're getting it. Down there trying to nail it in. It's a challenge, but we're beating, I think. We're about 2/3 of the way done now.
Putting in the last of the PEX pipe.
There it is, boys. That's all she wrote. That's awesome. That was kind of a job getting that PEX in. It took like a day and a half. Nuts. Took a while. I just had to show you this really, really scrumptious and delicious meal that Priscilla made this evening for us. Priscilla, can you tell us what we have?
Yeah, we have like fried rice here with lentils, some steamed veggies, and then we've got 2 different kinds of salmon. One is like a pesto.
Okay, same kind of salmon, right? Just made differently.
Right. There's red salmon or sockeye salmon.
Yep. So the same. Yep. Same red slash sockeye.
Just a different recipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we've had them before, and they're both so delicious. But anyways, yeah. Tell us what this one is.
This is like a creamy Parmesan pesto topping that I kind of made up, and then this is I forget what it's like a maple glaze of some kind, chili maple.
Oh, it's so good. And these are salmon that we caught in the Kenai River here in Alaska.
Yeah.
And then you've got, what do you have for dessert over here? It's called what?
Some gluten-free oatmeal banana muffins.
Gluten-free oatmeal banana muffins. Oh boy, howdy, that looks good. All right, we're gonna chow.
Thank Jesus for this food and bless it to our body.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus, for this food, and the many blessings, Amen. Amen.
All right, today's a big day, and by that I mean, see these windows right here? Those guys hopefully are gonna be in all these openings by this evening, and we're gonna take you along as we install these windows and kind of show you how we're gonna be doing that. Basically what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna get the windows installed, and then we'll trim them out. That'll be another video down the road, but we're gonna have to put our window bucks in, and I'll show you what Justin's doing right now. He's measuring right now for those. So he's measuring the bottoms, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna sit in here on the bottom, right here, and then we're gonna have one on the top as well then, and 2 sides, and then the window's gonna be attached to that. So you'll see more as we go along, but all these pieces here with the angle iron attached, these are our sides, and those are our tops and bottoms, and we brought these up from Montana with the logs. So first thing, we're gonna take those bottoms, tops and bottoms, and find all the bottoms, cut them to exact length, and get them installed. Then we're gonna put our sides in, then we're gonna measure for the tops, and then we're gonna put the tops on, and then after that, we'll get the windows installed. And then in the meantime, we also have to be working downstairs. Justin's gonna be up here, and Ethan and I will be working downstairs on the downstairs windows. I'll explain what we have to do with those. So Ethan's ripping those in half because we need them downstairs, and I'll explain why a little bit later. The first thing that we're going to do here is this styrofoam protrudes down a little bit over the bucks on the top here. So I'm just going to take my little battery saw and whisk that off of there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a 3/4 inch. We ripped the 2x6 in half. So we're going to put a 2x6, half of a 2x6, so it's basically a 3/4 inch on both sides. And that's going to be something for the window to attach to. And the reason I had to do that is I can't, when I put my trim on here, there's just styrofoam here. So I had to build a solid, I could have got like a 1x12, but I'm just splitting a 1x6 in half. And it's the perfect width, 11 inches here. So to trim this, then we're gonna put that on, glue it on. Next. Okay, so get rid of that screw, and that could just be folded over, so that's okay. So here you can see we've got these, I don't know what you call them, sub bucks, I guess. And this is gonna allow the window, we can screw it onto the outside of this. And then we've got something for our trim inside here as well to screw onto. So The reason they're short up here on top and all the way around is I just used 8-footers, but we're gonna fill that space up with spray foam anyway, so not a big deal. And Ethan over here is doing this, so he's putting glue on first, this spray foam glue right here, and then he's going to put it right there on the edge and screw it in. Okay, Ethan, explain what you're doing here.
We're putting these angle iron in these slots, and we're putting this foam gasket on to seal it, and then we slide it in this notch. Or this.
Get your bottom in first, and then you can.
Yeah.
Might need a little bit of persuasion there with the. There you go. Now it's going. Okay. So what we're also doing is we're putting a screw in on the bottom because the bottom's not going to settle, and that's going to suck it in tight, like so. There you go. Now you can see what happened is it popped the top out. So what we do is next we'll screw the top tight. The goal here is to get this completely tight right here. Okay, you might have to work another screw, one more, to get that completely sucked in there. Like this one over here, we got to go in completely tight. Okay, now we're gonna measure this right here. And that is 32 1/4. Sorry, 33 1/4. So we're gonna go cut that. Okay, I got my piece cut here. Nice and snug. Okay, now we're going to take a screw and screw up in here. And one from the top down there. Same on the other side. Okay, now we're going to take these screws out. And the other side. Now, this thing is completely stable. It's one unit. The logs can slide down over the angle iron. And we're going to attach our window right here, and we're good to go. Okay, the final piece of this puzzle is we're actually sanding behind here, because once this bucket on, it's kind of hard to get the sander in behind here and all around all the windows and doors. So we're just sanding this and getting rid of these little strands right here and making it nice and smooth behind the trim. So that'll save us headache later. So we're just going around and doing that before we put the bucks on. Got the last window left to do here, and then we're going to start popping the windows in. First thing we do is we put this foam down, which is glue, but it comes in a foam form. This stuff is awesome. It'll glue like crazy. This stuff is just really strong. So we got our bottom buck here. Put this in place. Go. We're not going to fasten that right now because we're going to put these side ones in first. And of course here we've got our, a little hard to see maybe, we got a foam gasket. That's an expandable foam gasket right there. Goes in there. We put a screw on the bottom to hold the bottom in. Make sure we go underneath the angle iron there. Sucked it nice and tight. Now we're going to do the top. That is pulled in nice and tight. Now we're going to do the other side. Oh, that's not the right one. In the bottom. You gotta see how high my angle iron is there, so I don't hit that. Okay. And then we put our top one on here. Nice. And I'm going to do another one because I felt it spin just a little bit at the last. There we go. Both those will hold nicely. That one's tight. Now I can make this one exactly even where it needs to go. Make sure this is just flush right here, inside and outside. Okay, now we'll screw those down with a little shorter screws, 2.5-inch screws. I'm using 4 inches for the bottoms and the tops there. Nothing like an impact driver. My personal favorite is the Milwaukee's. They just go in so much nicer than these Seawalkers. Okay, now I've cut my top already, measured and cut that. Snug. Okay, right there. I'm going to put a 2.5-inch screw down into that. There we go. This one. On the outside here. We got a toenail from the bottom up because I can't get up to the top. go. Get one on this side. Now we'll take these screws out because it's screwed together. Okay, there it is. Now we're going to leave these screws in the bottom just because it won't settle on the bottom. So now this thing's completely solid, can't go anywhere, and we're going to put the windows right on top of that. Or on the outside of that, I should say. And then one more thing, we'll show you. Justin is actually putting this gap right here is for settling, and we're putting a piece of 2 inch by 4 inch piece of foam, expandable foam in there, and that's gonna just squish down as the logs settle and keep it nice and insulated. And now we're showing you what Justin's doing there. He's measuring it for length, and then he's gonna go ahead and cut it for that space right there. There he is. Perfect. The time is here. The time is now to see if this will truly work. Oh, first window. Whoop-de-doo. So we just want to make sure that it's centered. We've got these 3/8 shims. We made it so there's a 3/8 inch gap all the way around the window so that we can put spray foam insulation in there. So the window's sitting on these, and there's, like I said, 3/8 gap, and then we'll insulate in here to, that way there's no air can get through here. Remember we put that foam gasket in between here and the logs, and then we're putting the spray foam insulation between the window bucket and the window itself, so it's completely tight. And then we've got this on top, so you have a very tight seal all the way around. So that's the way it works. So we're just getting ready to pop this one in here in a moment. Gotta get that over in. Gotta get this cord over there somehow. Sure we gotta go that way? I think we gotta go the other way. I'm not quite sure. Okay, hold on. Sorry, toe. Sorry. Okay, I need to get some shims. We don't have any shims.
Get this committee.
Really? Oh. Okay. I don't know. Gotta go up to the half an inch. There we go. Okay, down. Beautiful. Tip. Okay, hold on. Okay, now up. Stop. Back. Okay, never mind. Keep going. Good. Oh, beautiful. There you go. Okay, you got it. Yeah. 4 top, bottom, and sides, I guess. Okay, we're working on the last 2 windows, and then we still have to put the 2 trapezoid windows upstairs. Otherwise, all the windows are going to be in. So we're going to try to get everything in today. They are actually triple pane windows, which we ordered because of the extra cold up here, so they should be very well insulated. But here's what gets me. You see this sticker right here? Let me pull it off and show it to you. You're supposed to read this sticker when the window is upright. Look at that, it's upside down. And this little arrow right here says up. So we put this window and that window in according to directions, like it was supposed to, and I go to open them, and the window falls out. So that is not, something's not right. So I'm looking and trying to figure out, and I realize that the window, the sticker's upside down. All the stickers are upside down on these windows. So we had to pull them back out and put them in the correct way. Now, 2 of the windows upstairs, so I said, well, did I install everything else incorrectly as well? And most of the windows are actually installed correctly, but these 2 were upside down and we hadn't passed them yet. And several of the other ones we really struggled to get in. Fortunately, those were correct. So about half the windows they did correct, and the other half they didn't do good correctly. So there's 2 of them upstairs we have to take out again, flip upside down, which is the correct way, but the stickers are showing the wrong way. So that's kind of frustrating. So now we got to go flip those around, and then all these windows are actually in. That guy went in perfect. I mean, I'm really happy how that thing is fitting. It just fit like a dream, actually. Probably one of the best trapezoids I've ever actually put in that fit that well. So now let's see what happens with the other one. Friends, that's going to be the conclusion of this video. We hope you enjoyed this part of getting the windows put in and run that PEX line. And now the next thing, I wanted to make a quick mention is you may have noticed that we're a little short up there on our foam above the windows. Now, we only got a certain amount from Meadowlark when we got our house shipped up here, so we don't have any more. So what we're going to have to do then is we'll have to put some fiberglass insulation on top of there to fill that gap up. And then it'll settle down tight against that at some point. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, God bless you. And thanks for following us along. And we're excited to bring you guys these videos and show us how our project is going. So we'll see you on the next video. God bless you.